Dang, I'm running late. Didn't even realize. Ooh. Why is it so dark?
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the Apollo tree, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
What does she know?
Time to fight.
Wonder what the other path.
Hello.
What's up, Kippo? Ooh, black shield.
More of my mother's men.
Enjoy your alert, man. What is the... Oh, if there was, and why is the graphic? And we do circle. I don't know what's this way. come from here? So confused. Dog. That didn't help. Imperial Whirlworm. This looks like a dog. Get fucked. Nope. No, you go around and walk down the slope like a normal person.
Blood, Clive.
A lot of
It's
blood.
still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
Why
too.
then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Again, say it again.
I'll show you a true strength.
It would have been hilarious if he did. Come here. Nope. Nope. Hold on. That's what I'm trying to do, but I kept hitting the wrong button. Damn it. That was kind of funny.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Aldil. Guardians of the Flame.
are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Like how he didn't even flinch that guy was death rattling. We just stared at him. One of the problems with cutscenes and stuff is that dead facial expression stuff that's not happening when it's not like fully scripted. So they end up just sitting idle, looking dead to the world. You know how many doors I've stopped to push A to open it, and then like take my hand off the controller to like scratch my knee or scratch my nose or something, and realize, oh no, I have to still pull the fucking trigger.
Find something, boy.
Fast.
Death.
Oh, you're right. Uh-oh.
Found her.
I don't remember that guy.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Clive.
Burn it.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it.
It's probably a cosmic entity. This is Final Fantasy Act. Usually how it works.
We should go.
Some kind of otherworldly or cosmic entity.
Yes.
Why does he get enslaved in the first place?
We can't leave them here like this.
But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may
Because his
already
will was
be
broken.
disorder.
He thought his brother had died, and he only had one instinct, and that was to avenge his brother's death. He had like all other willpower was gone. He also didn't know how strong he was originally. Yeah, but he didn't know that at the time. He thought an icon killed his brother. Someone else, not him. He didn't know that. I mean, it makes sense.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
That's been like the whole first half of the game is him coming to terms with him being an icon.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
No. Well, I mean, he thinks he killed his brother, or I'm sorry, he thinks that someone killed his brother that was the second Icon of Fire. He had no idea that he was the Icon of Fire. He was just a bearer, just like any of these other guys that we see dying. A dude that can use magic. I think it's more questionable of how all these people that can use magic have gotten enslaved when these other people were normies. That I don't ever understand. I don't
Tell us
know
there's a
how that angle
curfew, but
works.
then refuse us passage.
Who am I to sell?
They're all Rosarian.
I can shoot
But this is their
fireballs.
home.
You have a sword.
The Empire would have
I
us
feel
leaving
like the
deadline.
fireball's gonna win.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
And I'm not sure what Jill's angle was. She knew she was an icon and was being used by another nation. But she wasn't enslaved by the Imperials, I guess, right? Never trying to run away. Huh? Does it work? Oh my god, I'm just stumbling. Well, that happens to do with a lot of things. I mean, think of superheroes in general. I always thought it was odd, like in X-Men,
What happened to this
that
place?
X-Men were being
My mother
subjugated. But yeah, they did have the
The nobles
Sentinels,
who lived
but
here didn't stand a chance.
I don't think they would have ever gotten to the point to get Sentinels. Pretty much he would be killed. That was pretty much the enslavement. Not for him though. He had a he had someone he wanted to kill. That's the only way Clive's story stands up, because
That's the main gate.
if he didn't want to get revenge,
Looks like we're not the only ones.
then yeah, he probably would have rather offed himself. But he wanted vengeance no matter what. He didn't care how he got to that point.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy!
And he doesn't actually fight back until Jill gets in trouble at the beginning. So it
Ignore us forever!
wasn't until it attacked somebody that he actually cared about that he gave a fuck.
Better out there than in here! Chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
But it's not Doom or God of War. It's Final Fantasy.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus.
Trying to think of a Final Fantasy that had a lead
We'll find our
character
way into the city there.
that was as overpowered as Clive is
If you're sure.
from the get-go.
The entire place looked
The only
abandoned.
person I can think of is Terra, and
Do
they
you think it's
controlled
safe?
her with a slave crown. I'm trying to
As
think.
long as it is abandoned.
I guess the Dane didn't actually know what he was.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Noctis,
Maybe
maybe?
they found who they
Noctis
were
was
looking for.
overpowered as shit because of the ring. And yeah, I think Terra's the only one that would be overpowered from the start. What was that actually for?
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
It's just that you really don't want to do this.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
No, he didn't come.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is.
Sir Wade.
So wait.
Not sure why it wasn't a Biggs and Wedge situation.
We can speak inside.
Be more Final Fantasy. Power's dead, right? That's it.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
I like how they made that dance without a weapon.
This is their main host.
Interesting.
If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
Rosaria's not really a country.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Which is?
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
What is it you require? As you wish, my lord. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
What's this stupid little green neck things?
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
I don't know that that matters because I can't control them. This is all intents and purposes a single player experience. Single character experience.
We'll keep them from the bridge.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Look at me sideways. Come along now.
The bastards are lucky.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What?
What is it now? I told you.
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern will fight their battles for them.
Oops.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Nice try.
Get slapped.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I.
How come in Final Fantasy games we always have to have a sword?
It did.
Why can't we
It bloody worked.
like a mainline game have
We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud.
dragoon? Why can't we
My-
just be a dragoon or something?
Lord,
It's always a sword.
perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions'
Yeah, listen
ranks
to
replenished.
dragoon.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Country's already gone at this point.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron
Tomorrow.
was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think
Thank
of
you,
a way
Lulu.
to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
I love how the NPCs look
the
like they're
mark of the
straight out of
Guardians.
14 too.
Display it, and
Like-
those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
It goes pretty good.
I shall wear it with pride.
We finished Kingdom Come
Sure
Deliverance,
that you
or
do.
I finished it
I don't
offline
want my
while I
men
was at
attacking
no
you again.
internet over the weekend.
Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know.
I loved it.
Go on now, my lord.
Great. Forgot you had your Uber straight don't use in mod mode dingus FFD profile are active.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. All right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
really loud footsteps. How little is this?
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit.
Hello? Look just like your brother.
Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue. You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness.
What the hell's happening?
Saint Sybil, the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
That's cute.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
Yeah, I do like that. That was really well
I
done.
have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
That was really well done.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived.
Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, Mario. I appreciate it.
I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass.
So
This will be fun.
I kind of don't like that Sid is who Sid is. For the namesake, Byron fits more of a Sid type character from previous Final Fantasies, because just that person that's running the underground or running, you know, whatever. There's a couple other names he could have used, but I think Sid would have fit him better as the namesake.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted,
And gives us the
she'll
ship,
bear us
which
across
is
the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3
very,
days.
very Sid.
Something on your mind?
Monsters.
What color is her hair supposed to be?
When I served the Iron Kingdom,
Who has
I did so
gray
because I saw no
hair
other choice.
at 20?
Because once they learned that Lash would
Actually,
not
she had gray hair when she was a kid too, right?
they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all.
Who's he gonna go rage mow on though? Like he wants to find the person who killed his brother.
A monster.
He didn't know who did it.
Jill.
And it wasn't the Empire either, because the Empire wasn't necessarily trying to kill
I don't want to be a monster.
Joshua.
Clive.
They were trying
Do
to
you
kill the king
understand?
and kidnap Joshua.
I want to choose different
Well,
paths,
your stance
better
doesn't make
paths.
sense to me.
To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done.
I don't even know if he knows that his mom is the reason his dad died.
Just
Because
promise me
when
that you won't die with it.
when his mom said that he was always very good, he wasn't even conscious.
No. Let's get some sleep.
He was.
The
They
journey back to
just
Benemis
found
is long,
him.
and there
They were
is
gonna
much to
kill
tell the
him
others.
after the war at the Phoenix Gate, or whatever the battle thingy that happened at the Phoenix Gate. Writing her own fanfic.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Quiz.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? It's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver.
I'll go
From
grab a drink real
roasts
quick.
to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
God, this music feels like it's just straight ripped from 14.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Back out to Martha now. That's blues. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after you.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Boy, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up, hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer, and there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that, and even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Okay. I don't remember how to get down. Let's go the wrong way.
After what the Empire did to Martha's Knot, I'd be daft to stay. Carried on like this, I won't finish there.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
Why does it look weird how the chocobo is running? Might be the weirdest I've ever seen a chocobo run.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Nice. You guys just stand in the middle for that.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad.
Fast travel.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
You?
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What the salt on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes.
What?
It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavors, but
what?
Never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Yeah, no.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the...
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted doesn't mean they can't.
Oh, this is from yesterday when we had the crouch.
Oh, Clark.
The patron's whisper. Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh, no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Sure.
Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are. All yours. Here you are. Best of luck out there.
Darker ring.
There are new billets being... Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Sure.
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the flame?
I could have sworn we had a few more.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Oh dear.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going.
Okay, that sucks. Maybe it's your technique.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
That monster's taken quite
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it were nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. Don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Caer Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Let's go hunt. I have to actually go to the board.
I could have sworn we had a few more.
Ask about griffins. I not picking up the quest? There's no... Why does that's dumb, because the quest doesn't actually update. I'm over here thinking I'm supposed to be hitting a button. Ways away. Can't remember what it said. You can't access that in your menu, can you?
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
And doesn't I go downstairs? Oh my god, I don't remember how to navigate this fucking place.
Not here.
All right, I need to run to the restroom real quick. We'll be right back. Okay. Let's go, Clive. I'm curious. I'm curious what the combat actually is.
Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Oh, hi. I didn't even see you. Ow. Oops. That was terrible. Oh, getting double hit there. Interesting. Killed it.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man?
Probably not.
Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be.
Well, that was the Final Fantasy
He's a
scene
master of his
change.
art.
Fade to black,
Nothing he's
camera
meant
pull
to
back down.
impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Oh wait, there's supposed to be a fast travel point down here, right? Dang, oh, I mentioned it.
Faster!
There it is.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me.
Yeah.
Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Drake Slayer gear recipe. Okay.
Back, are ya? Not saying Fornian, do you?
I gotta get some Electrum first. No, it's all hunt gear.
Anything else?
No.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
gotta figure out how to get down there.
Typical nobles.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's Eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drostanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's Breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here.
No.
Let's see if Jill's ready.
Yeah. Good Jill Valentine.
It will be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's Breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox.
This is
Man who
looking,
made me
this
do all
scene
those unspeakable
looks a lot like
things.
Mordona.
I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
It is kind of interesting. In previous Final Fantasies, it's been Ifrit and Shiva being together. In Final Fantasy VI, they're the two in the trash compactor or whatever, like keeping each other comfortable. I just seem to. I guess it's the whole fire and ice thing, but they. Not the first time in the Final Fantasy franchise that fire and ice are together. Ives over here riding with his
Useful
window
trick.
down.
Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
There she is. The Iron Kingdom's Mother Crystal.
Drake's breath.
Why has nobody questioned these crystals existing?
Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency. Allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
All right. Let's go.
Well, as I was talking about fire and ice.
I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it.
The perfect little shortcut. They're all Akashic.
The ether flood must have spread. It was never as bad as this before. And the only way past them is through them.
Oh, you're not dead. Wait, you are dead.
Was that an earthquake?
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
Oop.
The old arboretum is just up there. We'll enter the caves from there.
I felt a little framey. That was a whole lot of nothing. Did I run all the way? Oh my god, it did. Not even realizing I ran all the way back to the beginning of the level. Guess that's where I got turned around right there at the doors.
Look at this place. What a mess.
Wait.
Yep.
It's turned.
Nothing a shelter for Zarya can't handle.
Just like old times. Be sure to keep clear of his maw.
Believe me, I mean to. That's foul.
Don't breathe it in.
I think we got him.
Press on.
Yes.
Second wall roll down.
It's like a furnace in here.
We're inside the volcano. You get used to the heat, though I don't remember it being quite this hot.
Was that one cause for concern?
It was. And they're getting bigger. Something's wrong.
To me, Blade!
I'm gonna make sure I don't get turned down around again. It's just being difficult.
Fuck. Is there no other way across?
Run really fast.
This is gonna be close.
It is a wooden bridge with lava falling on it.
Let's not do that again.
Maybe it's
Let's not.
some special no burn wood. Well, I mean, that's lava, so anything that's spilling on would melt it. No, it's a metal bridge. It's not wood. There's some type of metal. Well, this rope would have already burst in flames too.
They don't look too tough.
Perhaps not alone, but in numbers like these.
Ow.
Guess you're all ready.
Well, we aren't going this way.
Let's look for another path.
Drake's breath.
We're nearly at the oratory.
What the hell is that?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, whatever it is, I don't think it's friendly.
This thing has a lot of HP. Jesus. A lot of HP.
One of the demons. But they never leave the lava.
If I didn't know better, I think this volcano was about to erupt.
Another salamander.
They're peaceful creatures.
Then this one must be the exception.
Let's try.
Oh shit. I don't know how I did that. I did a deadly takedown? I don't even know how I did that. stop or don't stop. We'll wait either way. Poor guy.
You hurt.
Like we're just fighting lizard. Why not cool stuff? Like behemoth.
Thank you.
Quite a commotion our friend made. Let's hope the guards didn't hear it.
The gate to the inner chambers is just up there. Then we make for the sanctuary. I need to finish this before the heat finishes me.
Here.
We'll enter the Comric by the Handmaiden's living quarters. It was always a hive of activity.
Sounds like we'll have a hard time staying out of sight.
We won't have to. There's someone there I should very much like to see.
And who would that be? These people live in the active volcano and burning fires inside of lava. Oh, whatever. Out of a lava.
Lady Marley. It's me. By the mother. Jill, it can't be. It is, my lady. We cannot talk here. Come with me.
Okay, that was a weird expression.
I'm so glad you're safe. And I you. Why ever would you risk coming back? Are you a fool, girl? Or have you grown tired of your freedom already?
Forgive me, my lady, but I had to come back. There are things I left undone. Tell me, where is the Patriarch?
At this hour, he'll be in the Comric, giving thanks.
You mean... Oh, that fiend! Clive, we have to get to the sanctuary. Now. Lady Marley, you must flee this place, gather your things, and go.
Now listen here, Jill.
We have company.
This way. Follow this passage. It leads straight to the Comric. Go on, stop dawdling.
Thank you. You were always so kind to me. My light in the darkness. care, my lady, please. You deserve better than this. A long and happy life, promise me.
She's not in a position to promise that. You might die in like 30 seconds when they bust the door down.
I'll live if you promise to do the same.
How? If they kill you?
Come on, Clive. We're nearly at the Comrec.
All right.
Here's our welcoming party.
I've had enough of their hospitality.
Did I just backslap him? In the butthole. Oh, what? There's nothing over here?
How many of them are there?
Two.
Nice try.
Damn, Jill just got fish slaps.
All right.
Clive, there's something I need you to know.
What's that?
I saw the Patriarch do things no one should have to see. And so I swore that he would die by my hand.
I understand. I faced my demons. Then you must face yours.
Kind of intrigued. I know the Restraint's a video game, so what that could be can't be as serious as they make it sound. If I could run faster.
We're nearly there. Just one last push.
I'll just let it stop.
I thought of that.
There's a good boy.
Damn. Come on. How much sooner is it? What? What? Aren't they hot? A lot of clothes to wear inside of a volcano. Oh, he needs to work on that yell.
Shiva's dominant. Come to beg forgiveness for your failure.
For years, I followed your orders, fought your wars, all to protect the children you took, just as you took me. And what did you do in return? You put them in
Their souls were sullied with the stain of ether. I merely cleansed them of their corruption. A penance paid, just as the Holy Mother wills it! Repent, abomination! For a monster like you to set foot in the Holy Cymric is in itself a crime deserving of death!
You're right. I am a monster. And my soul is stained black. Though not by ether. But by the evil of men like you, who made me close my heart and drown in darkness when I should have raged against it. This is my penance. I will be your monster no more. Nor will I suffer you to create another.
Does the beast bare its teeth at its master? Come then, Dominant. Rage, be as you have ever been. A monster!
And what are you, Imran? I was forced to kill. You do it by choice. But never again. I bowed to you once. Now it is you who shall bow to me!
Kill them.
Now!
Right!
Those girls are running the most girly way possible. Who's that? That is a Final Fantasy 14 stance. Not quite.
Why? Why can't I do it? Please, just once.
She won't be able to hold that lava back forever. We'd better make this quick.
Oops again.
Nice try.
right. I won't take long.
I'm digging the fucking soundtrack. Battle music's really good. No, did he get out of range? Oh my god.
Nice try.
Race cars. That was Giffords Extreme Race Car. Damn it. So where did this thing come from? Like where did that even come from? It just appeared.
Jill!
I'm going to finish this, Clive. Here. Use this.
What?
watching, Sid. We're one step closer to freedom.
The crystal. What did you do to it?
Oh. We destroyed it.
What? But... Monster! Monster! Do you have any idea what you have done?
I do, Father. I have killed the monster and become an outlaw. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
It's over.
When Jill gets badass points.
It is.
And Shiva exacted her price.
She did.
Again, the burden fell to you.
And I bore it willingly. This was a sin for which I had to atone. Now I can continue at your side with my head held high.
We started looking at the dog. I was like, is Torgal... What?
Clive, look.
It's just like the one at Phoenix Gate. Damn it. We need to leave.
Agreed.
I kept my promise, and now you keep yours.
I haven't seen Joshua in a while.
This way, Your Grace.
You're bleeding. I have a tonic which will...
I thank you for your kindness, truly. But I assure you, I will survive. Please, save your medicines for those who need them most.
Oh, well, if you're sure.
For a moment there, I felt my brother's presence.
You did?
I fear he is in Ultima's thoughts again. But why now, after 5 years of silence? I cannot keep him sealed away much longer.
Your Grace.
No, do not dirty your hands. Look at them all. Like a river flowing to the sea.
Or moths to a flame, perhaps. The crystalline dominion their light in the darkness. More and more lose their homes to the blight and set out in search of sanctuary, while others lose their fortunes to the Dhalmekian levies and leave to find new livelihoods. What is it that you seek in the Dominion, Your Grace?
Oh, Dion Lesage.
You mean the Crown Prince of Sanbreque?
He has many titles. Dion the Bold, Prince of Dragoons, Odin's Nemesis, or simply Bahamut. I met him once, when we were children. He was a chivalrous soul even then, and has served his empire indefatigably ever since.
And you are confident that he will listen to what you have to say?
Our world lurches ever closer to the abyss, and a hidden hand ushers us onward. Ultima's influence extends to every nation, Sanbreque included. If His Highness is the man I believe him to be, and I pray that he is, this truth will not have escaped his notice. As the mother crystals fall, the eternal flame wavers, and the azure sky begins to bruise. How lucky we were to be blessed by the crystals, and yet how spoiled. Like canaries in a gilded cage, growing fat on seed. But now, the bars are closing in, and we must take flight. Painful though it be to leave our home behind, it is what we must do to be free. Which is it that men cannot live without? A blessing that leads to damnation, or a freedom that leads to deprivation? I do not yet know the answer to that question. Do you, Clive?
Your Grace, let us find a place to rest a while. We can return by the Dhalmekian trail once you have recovered your strength. I realize your duty is pressing, but if your health should fail...
I know. Thank you, Yote.
What's going on with that effect down there? Weird. Meanwhile, at Rozet Han,
The army's attempt to breach the Empire's defenses and gain the Isles of Ark has failed yet again.
Only because your fleet has proved as impotent as a eunuch on laying night.
damn,
Would you rather we simply fell back to the capital?
that was an
Enough
insult.
of the people here agree that the Empire cannot be allowed to maintain its illegitimate claim on the Dominion. However, our casualties mount with each passing day.
There is a literal sea twixt you and your prize. The armies of Sanbreque need but sit back and watch as you harmlessly lap against their walls. They are dug in like ticks and seek to draw out this siege, knowing the capital's stores are nigh bottomless. And what of our wise rulers? Goaded into war without any thought as to what chaos it might reap. Republican soldiers starve while waiting for orders from Randalar.
If you would but take the field, their bellies would be full by nightfall.
If I take the field, so too will Bahamut, and our duel will shake the island to its foundations. Instead of liberating the Dominion, you would doom it to destruction. Unless that is what you desire.
If our learned advisor has a solution to propose, we should be glad to consider it.
Is that the Emperor's?
What is the meaning of this, Lord Kupka?
What it means is that I am disinclined to advise you any longer. The looks on their faces when you walked through those doors. A perfect picture of stupefaction. They could not believe their eyes. Though I confess, I had my own doubts whether or not you would accept my invitation. Such shocking news. Sid isn't a son of a whore. He's the son of an empress. Your own dear Clive.
Absurd. Who fed you these lies? I have never spent a moment among criminals, save at the gallows. I came here with my son, not to entertain your baseless accusations, but to put an end to the senseless hostilities between our nations.
Very well. You need only agree to the terms I set out. Sid took the life of someone dear to me, a woman by the name of Benedicta. I swore to take his in turn. This would not be disagreeable to you, I take it. You would finally be rid of the stain on your noble name. In return, I will leave Sanbreque in your capable hands. Your Imperial Majesty.
And all for the love of a common whore.
Oof.
Dominant or no, one cannot hide one's breeding. And beasts will ever belong with beasts. There are greater things in store for you, my darling Olivier. Soon enough, you shall be the crown prince of Sanbreque. And when your father goes to meet Great Griga, you shall be emperor of all you survey. The old order shall come tumbling down, and you will rebuild the world in your glorious image.
Did Yoshi P just like watch Game of Thrones when he decided to make this? Reminds me a lot of the Queen. Well, the twins is Ultra and Omega.
She's been in there for hours. Something must be wrong.
But we got to stop here. We'll pick this up tomorrow. You know, have a good night. Especially your great 7 point and enough that my controller cut off again. Some long cutscenes. It was like 20 minutes. All right, next stream will be tomorrow. You guys have a good one. Bye, everybody.